Since I have 2 hours and 40 minutes left on this Sovereign Elixir of Hidden Potential that SSG gave us for free, it's the coupon of the week this week, and it's supposed to give us a little bit better luck on getting good named items. I'm going to go ahead and do an Orchard of Macabre run, which is a level 14 wilderness. I already talked to this guy, but first we talked to this guy. He gives us our sigil, and we use this to basically, when we run the quests, but we can also get them from the wilderness. We will store the items there, and then when it's completed, it will allow us to run the Litany of the Dead quest. All right, so I'm going to get the 4 quests, and the reason I want to get the 4 quests is because, there's rush shrines in them, and I could actually go in there and use the rush shrine if I'm low on spell points. All right, so this person here, Bulker Aislinn, we talked to him and he'll give us a tapestry bag and give us the quest to get tapestries. If we fill this up with 20 tapestries, I'm just going to put this aside for now, then we can get an item from him. And since I have a jeweler's kit in my bank, one of the cool items he gives us is a 20 vitality hit point augment. So if I don't get a vitality item, I could use that for an extra 20 hit points. I don't know if I want to use my jeweler kit on it, but that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to pause it while I make my way to the wilderness gate. Actually, it's not that far. I guess I'll just walk up, and then if people that might not know how to get to the wilderness will know how. So you just kind of follow the path up, and this is the raid here, both epic and heroic, 2 different versions of the raid. You go past this. And then this is the gate to the wilderness and the quests. Alright, so I'm just going to go this way. I'm not going to worry so much about the explorers. I'm going to kind of focus more on the rares, or the rare encounters, because I'm really trying to get some chests. And I certainly don't need XP. I'm already capped out. Been capped out for a long time already on XP. So this is the first rare. I'm gonna guess I get my magic missile protection out of this one. And I probably should get my hireling. I'll after this recall out. It shouldn't be too hard on these level 14 soldiers. And when these guys, you want to do these one at a time, because when these are destroyed, they spawn some enemies. So you definitely want to do these carts one at a time if you can. All right. So here's a shred of tapestry, 20 of these, and we could turn in for the item. They don't drop in every chest, but they drop pretty frequently. And there's other things that are more rare. I'm going to check, even without my hireling, I'm going to check for the rat rare real quick. Coming up, it's pretty cool. And then I'm going to recall and kind of reset the instance and maybe try to get those rares again. But so if people do that, just farm these 2 rares for the Slayer, because you get a lot of Slayer from these. I'm really looking more at chests right now, just trying to get some random loot and see if I can't get something good with this potion. So I'm going to try this for Not for too long, maybe an hour. Alright, so I don't think it's there. I think there needs to be 4 rats, maybe? Let me check. If you move forward, you'll know. Yep, no rare. So I think it's, if you see 4 rats, then the rare's there. If you don't, then it's not there. This is kind of my recollection. But it's been a while. I used to run these for XP long ago, but I haven't done that in a long time. Alright, so I'm going to recall and then reset the instance. Not specifically to get these rares again, but just to get my hireling, and I might as well get another shot at the rares while I'm doing that. So that rare's not there this time.
Of bones have been heaped here in the orchard.
And so 4 rats, so I think we have it this time. My hireling up here. And so if the rats keep spawning, you have them. So sometimes you have to kind of move around to get them to spawn, so you can see nothing spawning, but if I just move around a little bit, they will. And this is a level 14 wilderness, so it should give us loot that's right, right around our level. It's actually not too bad. I might keep that Chilling Dragon Bane. That'd be good against the Fire Dragon. Another Shred. And you can see it's level 13, so it's pretty close to our level. There's a map on the wiki that looks pretty close to what I run. It's a little hard to tell. I actually have a little bit of trouble sort of finding the... It's a little bit different than what I do, but I have a little trouble following the map. there's a few of these rares you have to actually go in and check for. And I can't remember. I just know that I don't remember which of these ones have rares. I just know that 2 or 3 of them do have a rare in it. So, or there's at least 2, or there's 3 total, so at least 2 of them have rares in it. I don't remember which ones. But it might be all 3 have possibilities. There's a rare. I was thinking that was one I had to actually go and check for, but I guess not. Another shred. And so we're getting a level 13 loot mostly. So level 14 wilderness on, considered normal difficulty. And I'm going from a very deep memory because it's been several years ago that I've done this. But this used to be a kind of a staple for me because there's a lot fewer quests. So I used to do this for XP. And so I think there's one other spot he could be. Normally there's 2. If he's not there, there's normally 2 rats there. Yeah, there's the other spot. He's over there. So if you see 2 rats, then you know the rare's not up. And that's same with the guy ahead. Beholder. He also has another spot he can be. Yep, there's 2 rats, so that means that rare is not going to be up at all. And here's Parquet, so he's a flesh golem. And I used to do this as sort of an explorer run. Okay, so that's kind of a rare item, a shield fragment. Let me get this guy. There's another quest giver I didn't talk to that gives us something for these. They're unbound, so we could probably just, rather than store them there, we'll probably give them to our unbound person. But we can get like a named shield, and there's a nice one in there if we turn these in. There might be some other items as well. So that's more of a rare drop. Pretty lucky to get that. Alright, so keep going on, and there. There's just an explorer up there. That used to be part of my run. And this shrine's new. That would have been a welcome thing years ago. It's nice now too. It's great because it used to be that there'd be a lot of tough fighting to that quest, and you might get neg leveled from a beholder. So it was kind of rough to get to that quest, and you already have a bunch of spell points down. The shrine there is actually really nice. in here. You have to smash down the, there's a chest, so he's going to be here. See that chest? So not great, but level 14 item, that's good. And no shred this time. We don't get them every time. We've got 3 though, so we're already like 1/6, almost a sixth of the way there. Yeah, so I'm not really noticing, much difference with this potion. It says your chance of getting the extra affix is quadrupled. So, of course, 4 times a very, very low rate is still a very, very low rate. But 4 times more likely. I've seen quite a few of those, those extra bonus affixes over the, although I think at higher levels, you only get actually 4 things at higher levels. So I'm not quite sure what 4th affix means. I'm not sure if it means that sort of compound prefix where you get 2 prefixes.
This cave looks like it
We
might
have seen a
cross
couple of
through
those
to
since
the
I
other
took the
side.
potion. None that were really super useful to us, but still we've seen that. Alright, there's a chance for a rare here. But I think when the carcass eater's here, there's no rare, so chest would be right here if he was there. I know there's an explorer here, but I don't think that there was a rare.
This small isle stands firm against the dark, murky waters of the swamp.
Although 2 rats, maybe.
The eastern crypts house the bodies of those most faithful to the Abbot.
So this one, I know that at least again 2 of the 3 crypts in this area can have a named. I don't remember if it was this one. I'm thinking he might have been there. I don't remember if he needs to be. Definitely not. Let's go here just in case it's one of the ones that has to be activated when you go here. Don't think so. I think this one is just always up. If it's there, there's 3 crypts and 2 of them have named enemies, and one of them I think doesn't. This might be the one that doesn't. So daunting diplomacy, level 14 item. Not super interesting, but a shred of tapestry. And so we've gotten 6 rares, 5 of them this since I reset it. And I don't remember what's typical. I do know I usually would just do maybe one run and then, you know, catch the rares again on the way to quests. But yeah, one thing that to get shreds, I used to do even when I would run epic Orchard Quest, I would still do the heroic wilderness just to get the shreds because there's really nothing too interesting. There wasn't anything super interesting that I needed for the epic. The epic also drops something. I forget what it is. I think it's the mats to do upgrades. Yeah, I think he's there right away if he's there. And we're doing okay. I'm not really using any buffs, so not really going through spell points super fast. And then let's see, the next path up, there's no rare. It was just explorer. Again, kind of going from memory. I might be missing 1 or 2 of these, but I think I'm good. And there can be this giant skeleton right around here. There's 2 places he could be, and I don't see any faces here, so we'll check and see if he's in the other spot. Alright. So there can be a rare here. It's a tough one. There's a guy here you have to protect. You know, I can give him energy resistance. I think that's a big one. I probably don't even need to go up this way. But yeah, it's pretty tough because you have to. It's a protect thing, and but if I could give him energy resist, I think we probably would have a good shot. I used to have a cleric with a aura, and so it was real easy to get that one with that character. All right, there's one up in the cave to the left here. I think this guy might be like a rat, undead rat.
This burial chamber is where the High Priest of Vol was to be lain when he passed.
And he's there. A shred and a level 14 item. So we're not really getting anything super useful yet, but it's encouraging that we're getting the at level items. So if we get a good one, we'll probably be able to put it right to use. Would love to get a pair of gloves. Oh wait, no, I just got a good pair of gloves. Oh, you know what? I got a good pair of gloves, but I haven't actually equipped them yet. Where are they? I hope I didn't sell them. Yeah, here they are. So I forgot to change it with my hotbar. Strength armor piercing 8. So we did get some good upgrades to gloves. And this is the other spot the giant could be, right up here around this corner. Instead, we get 2 rats, so that means he's not up. Alright, and there's no rares back that way, so we'll just go forward.
This tower
These
rises
guys,
high
they're kind of
above
annoying.
the
They keep
orange
phasing in and out. And they're orange names, so they have a decent amount of hit points. Just this guy. Just out of principle with my Holy Retribution. Okay, they stop sign. That's okay. As long as you don't get red alert. And there's 2 rares, one in the lower cave and one in the upper cave.
The eastern falls hide several small caves beyond their thunderous cascade.
And this one I know is one I do remember that we have to actually approach it for the rare to show if he's there, and there he is. Level 14 ring, just not one we could use. And the gem. So this is much like the gem we got from Sands, although I don't remember if I kept any. I probably will keep this one. We'll have to check if we kept any of the Sands ones, but we can always go back and get another. They're not that hard to get. If you get one from here and Giant Hold, and if you have, I'll have to check. I think it's 3, but if you have 3 different ones, you need those to get into one of the level 17 wilderness areas, which is also needed to do a quest. They might be on our skip list for this life. I have to check. In this area, when you kill stuff, it respawns as an undead, but you only get 1 credit for killing it, so it's more killing for less Slayers bonus. Again, I don't think we need to use the shrine. I think we're in pretty good shape. And there's the fire elemental. He's in 2 places. One is here, and one is kind of further up. Next to the group of trees I was looking at earlier. Let's see. So Not a bad weapon, just not one we really need, but another shred, so that's good. And we're kind of heading over this direction. I'm gonna ignore that archer. And here's the other spot the elemental could be, right around here. And there'd be like 2 rats there if he was not here and not at the other spot. If you come from the other direction and saw 2 rats here, you wouldn't need to check that other spot. You would definitely not be there. So we've got 9 of the 15 rares. Yeah, I think we checked for most of them now. I think that's a little better than average. Like I think if I do this and I get 6 out of 15 or 7 out of 15 for a rare, that's usually pretty good. There's one up this way. Yeah, there's a map on the wiki that has a path to take. It's similar to mine, except it's a little different. Its starting point and ending points are a little bit different, but it's basically the same path that I take. We got a rare here. So a really good rare one, for sure. So I'm glad, since I'm doing this one in a video, that you get to see a lot of the rares, most of them. So let's see, we got a shred, no named items. Or we got this named item, which is a level another 14. That's actually not bad. Keen. I think that rat catcher we got is a lot better, but it's not too bad. Pretty sure this is just an explorer up here. I think the next rare is way over next area. There's two more rare chances. So I'm trying to think of which ones we didn't see. We didn't see the one under the waterfall. And we didn't see the one that's near the second beholder spot. Tank. And then I think one of the first crypts area, we only saw one of the 2. So those are the 3 we haven't seen yet. But I think we've seen everywhere was there except for those 3. So I'll probably do a second run and just, see if I can get some loot. So far I'm kind of thinking that, this potion isn't really worth doing a loot run from what I've seen so far, but it's brand new. I wanted to test it out, get an idea of what it can do. And the other thing is when it says it's quadrupled, I don't know how much difficulty plays into it. So these chests here are considered normal. So it could be that elite is, 10 times or 20 times more likely to drop than normal, but I just don't know. So that's why I thought I'd try this. I thought, this would give us like a large number of chests in a short period of time. It might give us a better chance of getting some of these bonus items, but that definitely hasn't been the case. there's 2 rares in this area.
The northern crypts are filled with cultists, promised the power of death.
Oh, there's one. Yeah, it's in this cave, this crypt right here. And he would be there, right, sitting on like a throne or something. He'd be right there. And so the last one is in here. We don't need to worry about that guy because we're just going to recall after this. He is. He's there. Visionary Boots of Swim. So another level 13 item. We're not going to be able to loot the second gem because we already have one. Alright, so I'm going to recall out. And I'm just going to reset the wilderness. That only took about half an hour, a little over, so we should be able to do just one more run. And I see my silver daily dice is ready to go, so let me just check on that. 1,000 platinum. Well, platinum is always a good thing to have, so I'm happy about that. Looks like I forgot to reset. I'm going to try that one more time. Yeah, I'm going to run without the hireling. We'll probably go up to about the waterfall. I have a hard stop in about 15 minutes. So I'll go up to the waterfall and hopefully we'll see 3 of the rares are on that first path. So we didn't see the beholder, we didn't see one of the ghosts in the western crypt, and we didn't see the named in the waterfall. So I'm really happy that that first run was, well, we saw the caravan, that kind of first abbreviated run, and then 10 of 15 in the next run. So that's really pretty nice.
2 massive piles of bones have been heaped here in the orchard.
Only 3 rats, so it's not the rare. rares there. There's always 4 rats, so that 4th rat is I guess the rare encounter starts with that 4th boss.
The western crypts hold the bodies of many of the Black Abbot's earliest followers.
Pretty sure this one doesn't need me to come over here. I think we got this one last time. Just checking on the map real quick. And it looks like in the Western Crypts, there's actually only one boss, and it can show up in all 3 of the places. So there's only one boss here. Alright, so level 14 item, again, not with the bonus affix on it. But I'm not entirely sure if that's just because it's a normal chest or because it's random. So that's one of the things I guess the community will figure out over time is whether the name loot has a better chance of dropping those extra affixes on elite, etc. Alright, so we go back this way and check and see. We saw the flesh golem in the other spot. He could also be, yep, right there. So this is his other spot he can be in. We saw him in his alternate spot last time. Alright, let's see. Nope, no bonus item, and no shred there. Let's see, beholder. I don't see rats. So his second spot he could be in, he probably is there, which is up the hill a little ways. He's actually be the next rare we encounter. can see the beholder over there. That's who we're gonna fight. He's not gonna be too terrible. We're immune to death spells. We're immune to negative energy. His disintegrate's the only thing that can really nail us. So cold absorption, sonic resistance. It's not a terrible item, just nothing we could use. Another shred, which is awesome. Can't take that. Oh, all inventory slots are full. That's good. So let me delete some arrows or gems. And actually, I think we do this. Turn my ingredient bag on. And turn my tapestry bag on as well. So we have 11 of 20. So at this point, it's almost worth running for one item. You know, we're so close. I don't think the helmet's better than what I have. It's certainly not, but I have a slot, so I can stick the 20 hit points in there. Wait, is it? It might be minimum level. I'll have to see what the minimum level is on it. It might be a 1.
This small tomb is the burial site of an ancient cultist.
Alright, no named item, no named here. I can't remember if we got this one last time or not. So I have kind of a hard stop because my hardcore group is running shortly. So as soon as I get to the waterfall, that's the next named. I'm going to pause it. But then, since I'm at 11, I think I'm going to continue and do a few rare runs. Hopefully we'll see all the rares. And try to get 20 items so I can show you how the churn-in works for Orchard for the helmets. And I have one jeweler's kit, so I'll probably just take that 20 metallic hit point thing out of here and take it somewhere else. I just can't remember what the minimum level is, and I don't want to stick a minimum level 11 augment in a minimum level 8
This
item.
cave looks like it might cross through to the other side.
So this has been a good run, and not for the reasons I thought. I thought we might see some good, with all these chests, we might see some good bonus things. Oh, no rare. I think in this carcass he was here, there's no rare. Alright, so I'm going to just stop and pause it here. And we have 11 tapestries and a whole lot of items, and I'm going to probably go to the crafting hall when I get back first thing to make some room in my inventory. So that is the Orchard Macabre run, and I'm going to do one more and try to get 20 tapestries to show you how that works.